What sets a great interior designer apart from the rest of the designers in the field? Many will agree the largest difference is the ability to make the client successfully see your vision. Communicating your vision properly is the only way to ensure a successful project. Good communication skills throughout a project can prevent mistakes, a bad reputation, losing clients, and unsatisfied clients. After today's speech, you will have a clear understanding of successful designer-to-client communication. Some tips to remember are: ditch your design lingo, keep a focus on the client, and replace verbal communication with visual aids. When communicating with your client, it is important to remember to keep your design terminology to a bare minimum. In 2010, Cindy Coleman wrote a book called Interior Design Practice that outlined exactly what it means to be a successful interior designer. This book discusses how important it is to speak in terms that your client can always understand. Keeping hard terminology that is not common knowledge in the simplest terms possible is the key to success. Guide your clients through hard parts of projects that may be outside of their comfort zones. Just as speaking to a doctor can be very difficult, designers often also do this to their clients. You could say floor plan, which is a layout of the space, but your client could think you were speaking of the literal floor. You could say that you're going to use a mood board, but your client may have no idea what a mood board is, especially when you start getting into more specific terms such as building codes, LEED certifications, and architectural terms. So it's really important to make sure they understand what you're talking about all the time. Now that I've discussed avoiding designer slang, let me move on to my next point, which is keeping a focus on your client. When working with a client, you must always remember this is their project, not yours. In 2017, Dr. Abraham and Dr. Umesh wrote an article in the International Journal of Academic Research and Development about building ideal client relationships in the interior design business. The article brings up the issue of designers forgetting the important needs of the clients. The article states, "They fail to realize that customer relationship management skills are equally as important as technical aspects. Many designers think that they know how to handle clients and their relationship with them because they do it every day. This oversight in them leads to failure in noticing the factors that contribute to customer relationship and retention. The main thing to remember is this is their space. They will be the ones using it, so it is imperative to make sure they are involved in all decision-making processes." Constant communication needs to happen between designer and client. You cannot make decisions for them as their designer. You can only guide them towards the right way. Overall, making the client happy is always your main priority. Now that I have discussed focusing on your client, let me move on to my next point, which is replacing verbal communication with visual. One of the most effective ways to communicate in the design world to get your ideas across is through visuals. Mood boards are a way to show the idea or the direction the project is going to head by combining materials, pictures, or different styles onto a physical or even a digital board. In an article from 2015, the Design Journal said from Deanna McDonough and Ian Storer, they performed a study that found design practitioners valued mood boards as a tool for communication with non-designers and as an instrument to inspire lateral thinking. Computer-aided software also allows the ability to virtually make spaces and show in 3D exactly what the space will look like. These are more for clients that need more than just a mood board to really understand the direction of the project. Being able to show clients what the space looks like instead of just describing it with words can be a complete game changer for clients. Many clients choose to hire an interior designer because they cannot envision what their space will look like after it is all done. These visuals will help communicate exactly which direction the project is going to go. In conclusion, you should now have a clear understanding of proper communication with clients during projects. As designers, there are several things that must be remembered during a project. Always remember to ditch your design lingo. They do not want to hear about the technical words that leave them feeling lost or uneducated during projects. Also, keep a focus on your client. Remember, this is their project. They must be satisfied with it at the end. Finally, remember to place verbal communication with visual aids. If a client may not be able to envision exactly what you are talking about, but when you give them a visual, their understanding could grow tremendously. Proper communication with clients turns a decent designer into, "Oh my gosh, can you do my lake house too, designer?" Which designer are you going to choose to be?